Hi, guys. Good morning. I am Marlene. I am the content creator for Living Your Best Life. It is the Friday Talks. So, today I'm just going to talk to you guys and give you some encouragement. I'm going to talk to you about energy takers, negative people, and just all over haters. So, first, I'm going to start talking about the energy takers. We all know how important our energy source is to our life. It shows how happy you can be because we all know that if you don't have energy, what do you have in your life? You don't have much. You can't do anything without the right energy source. So we have to make sure that at all times that we protect our energy source and we are in control of who we surround ourselves by, because we know that if somebody is negative, that is what you're going to become. So you have to protect your surroundings, you have to protect your energy, and you have to take care of you. All of that being said, there are people are out there who will reflect or detract or give you their bad energy vibes. And it's important to look at those things because you don't want to always be taken advantage of. It's one thing to give to others, but it's another thing when someone always continuously takes from you. They take from you, they take from you, they take from you. And you have to open your eyes and see that. Open up your eyes and see, am I being used? If you are, that person is an energy taker, or some people would say an energy vampire. They will take everything from you. They will take from you emotionally. They'll take from you spiritually, physically, financially, in every way. They will take from you until you are at nothing. Ooh, it's a lot. It's a lot when a person is an energy taker, especially if your energy source is high, especially if you're a person that you are a giver and you continuously give to others. I'll stop right there. All that, it's wonderful to be a blessing to others, but you also have to bless yourself. The only way that you can bless yourself is the way. Good morning, Tracy. Happy Friday to you. You have to protect your energy source, everybody. You have to protect it. And if you don't, nobody else is going to fight for you. You have to fight for your peace of mind. You have to fight to protect your spiritual, your emotional, and your physical health. That being said, people who are energy takers it will only happen if you allow it. We have to take an analysis of our lives at times and look at, what are we doing? How are we treating ourselves? How are we allowing ourselves to be treated? Are you allowing yourself to be treated in this way? People can only go so far. People can only go as far as you allow them to go, and they can go no further. If you tell people, this is as far as I'm going to allow you to go, and that's it, then that's where it ends. We have to learn, as adults, to set boundaries with people. So many of us, we hit our head against the wall so many times over and over again. We let people use us over and over again. When are you going to stop allowing people to use you? When are you going to stop allowing people to manipulate you, to take from you? Someone can only continuously take from you as long as you allow it. When you put a stop to it, the fire goes out. So we have to protect our energy sources because people are energy takers. And sometimes it can be, people's energy source can be great. You have to surround yourself with people who have that high energy source, and they're shining their light and they're walking in their potential. Those are the things that are going to encourage, motivate, and boost your own energy source. Isn't it true that when you're around negative people, you start feeling down? It's like they drain you and suck you dry from everything. They suck you dry completely, where all you want to do is go lay down. They may give you a headache. They make you feel tired. They drain you financially, spiritually. You just feel weak and weepy and just you just don't feel good about yourself, because they won't allow. Good morning, Donnery. Happy Friday. Some people just won't allow you to be happy because they're unhappy. And I do find that to be far too tragic. Life is too short for you not to be having joy as your possession. But a lot of people cannot have joy as their possession because they don't want to work on themselves. It's very easy to stay in the mundane, and what you've always done. And there is a saying that if you always do what you've always done, that's what you're going to get. So if you never make any changes, if you never do anything for yourself, if you never show yourself love, that's what you're going to get back. And the same token, if you always allow people to take from you, use you, that is what you're going to get. It's what you're going to get. What you put out is what you're going to receive. So stop letting people pull from you in every way. Don't let people use you financially. It's always, I'm always going to get, I'll pay you back. How many times have we heard that? I'll pay you back next time. I'll pay you back on payday. I'll pay you back on when I get my income tax. I'm just on some hard times right now. We have to go by a person's reputation. Does that person have a good reputation before you loan your money? You have to think, when you get your money, you don't get your money easily. So why should you give your money away easily? We have to allow people to respect themselves. We have to allow people to become independent and take care of themselves. Yes, you can help people for a while, but like I said, help people. But you're not that person's mother. You're not that person. They're not a child. You have to allow adults to be adults. And the more that you coddle them, is the longer they're just going to not learn to accept responsibility, not take care of themselves. Good morning, Burns. Happy Friday to you. And that's just what's going to happen. People are going to keep taking. They're going to keep taking. They're going to keep taking until you say enough is enough. Believe in yourself. Believe in your love for yourself. And don't allow people to use you. Don't allow people to manipulate and take and pull from you and take. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that's going to be drained. If we keep giving people this, this take society, if we continuously allow people to take from us, what are we teaching them? You're teaching them this is the kind of relationship that we are going to have. I'm always going to give to you, and you're always going to take. So, in the process, you are training people the way that you want to be treated. Don't allow people to take from you in any way financially or use you of your time. And I see this all the time in relationships because I mentor other young women. And I see this all the time. A lot of women, even sometimes men, feel that they have to do things for people maybe that they may not like. Make people use your body sexually. They may take all their money. Maybe they put their hands on you. All that is energy abuse. They're energy takers. You have to love yourself enough to set boundaries, to have control for your life. Do you love yourself that much? Only you can make the decision. Only you can answer that. We have to love ourselves enough that we set a boundary and say, this is how you're going to treat me. This is the way what I'm going to accept, and stay in that. It's one thing to say something, but it's another thing to do. Do your actions show that you love yourself? What do your actions say about you? If somebody asks about you, what would they say? What kind of person are you? Are you a giver or are you a taker? We have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of times we want to put the blame on other people, but at the end of the day, it's up to us how we're going to allow people to come into our lives. The conversation that we're going to have with ourselves. Do you have the conversation with yourself every day? This is the way I'm going to treat myself. This is how I'm going to allow other people to treat me. And if you're not being treated in a good way, it's time to have that conversation, or it's time to pull back from certain people. I will also say on the job, don't allow your employer to abuse you of your time. Always thinking if you're a good employee that you're going to be overworked and underpaid. Don't be afraid to ask for that raise if you feel you deserve it. Don't do other people's jobs. If you keep allowing people to take from you, that's what you're going to keep getting, because you have not set a boundary. We have to set boundaries in what we're going to allow people to do to us. You are training every single day. You are training other people. You're training people on the job. You train people in your family. You train people in relationships. But it's all up to us. We show who we are by what we allow, what we accept, what we take in. Also, I want to get into the people who say negative things. There's always the negative Nancys out there. They always have so much to say. They're always in the bushes, listening, trying to have something just so that they can say something about you. Most people don't know two pennies. They don't know anything about you, but they have everything to say. We have to learn to not value those type of people. They don't have any value and meaning to your life. The only people that matter to you is the ones that prove by their actions that they're showing that they care about you, that they love you, and that they support you. That is what you feed your spirit into. That's what you should put all your energy sources into. If you don't feed and nourish your own spirit, that's why you can sometimes feel discouraged and feel down, because you're not recharging your batteries. I see this so many times that people do not recharge their batteries. You're always continuously loving on other people, caring about other people, doing things for other people, but you're never recharging your own batteries and loving yourself. You have to take some time in self meditation, self reflection, and self affirmations. Boost up your own mind. You have to have some time where you're getting restful sleep, or when you do something that you enjoy, your favorite hobby, but you've got to recharge those batteries. You know, you're a human being. We're not robots to be controlled by other people. You are not a robot. You need rest. You need sleep. You need time to be by yourself and alone in your thoughts. You need time for self-reflection and meditation. All of those things are conducive to your spirit and your energy source. If your energy source does not get recharged, your light is going to grow dim. We don't want to be dim. We want our light to shine brightly. No matter what situation that you're going through, whatever struggle, whatever burden, whatever obstacle, you know, each one of us is carrying things that may be hidden to others. People may not know of your difficulties and your struggles every single day. It is true that each and every one of us are carrying a burden. Each and every one of us is dealing with something, is carrying some obstacle. But you don't have to carry it alone. So many times we are burdened down, we're boggled down with all of this stress. Why, when you should be asking for help? Ask for help. Oh, Tracy, do I know about that? And isn't it true that the people who there are people in your life, and every time you see that phone call, you already know what it is. Either they're a person, they want money, they want to complain, they want to gossip about somebody. Just those people, I don't even answer their calls anymore. In fact, most of them I have blocked their number. It's not that you're trying to be cruel, but you have to get real about your life, about your peace of mind, about your light, about your positivity. If you don't care about yourself, who is going to? Nobody is going to control your peace of mind but you. You have to control that. You have to bring in positive energy sources, and you cannot do that when you surround yourself with negativity. You have to remove yourself from negative people and negative situations. That applies on the job too. There's so many jobs that are toxic. There's so many people who are toxic. And sometimes you just got to get away from it so that you can be at peace yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to be around people who appreciate you, people who think about your time, people who love you back. We are human beings. We are humans that love ourselves. And when you love yourself, you show it by the choices that you make. You only deserve to be around people who appreciate you. They appreciate your time. They appreciate your feelings. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, I'm just in a bad mood today," when they snap off or when they say something that's out of the way, something that's disrespectful. There is never an excuse to be rude. There's never an excuse to use somebody. There's never an excuse. So don't listen to the excuses and manipulations of those type of people. If somebody is having a bad day, then keep that to yourself. You don't have to take out negativity on other people. You don't have to bring people down. You don't have to drain other people. But that's just what these energy vampires do. That's what these energy takers, these negative people, that is what they do. That is their lane. They love to feel sorry for themselves. Everything is always down with them. Everything. But we can't allow them to steal our peace. We cannot allow people to steal our peace. We have to remember we're in control of that. People can only go as far as you allow them to go, and no further. Even when somebody may say something negative, you have to be just like a duck in the water. Have you ever seen that? A duck in the water, and they just let that water roll right off their back and they just keep going. You have to be just like them. Don't allow the negativity from outside to penetrate inside your own mind. You can't. You can't allow the negative from other people to disrupt your peace of mind, to cause you to lose sleep. Some people can make you so mad because they just say some hurtful things. They will take everything you have. They'll make up any excuse. They'll never support you. Don't we know some people like that in our lives, that they never will support, encourage, and uplift? They can't. Hey, James, happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day so far. You cannot allow the negativity. You cannot allow their negativity to disrupt your peace. You have to remember your peace is vital. You are an important person. And because you are so important, you have to protect those energy sources. You have to protect your own energy source, your own peace of mind. We have to. We have to. And if you don't, somebody else will just keep taking. You have to block out the negativity. You have to remove yourself from negative people and negative situations. And if you don't, you're always going to continuously be used. Don't be used and manipulated. You know, you're not a rug for people to trample over your feelings. Don't just lay down there and take what somebody else puts out. Just because somebody comes to you in the negative, it doesn't mean you have to receive it. You block it out. Remove yourself from that situation. Don't listen to it. Don't take it in. The only time you should get mad about something is when something is true. If it's not true, then don't let it enter your mind space and your heart space. Those are two important places for you, because we know that the heart is the seat of motivation for your life. If your heart has all of this pain, all this negativity, all of this hatred inside, that's what you're going to become. Don't be like other people. Don't be like the ordinary. Be different and unique. Be who you were meant to be. Be who God created you to be. Hey, Anita, how are you? Happy Friday. Friday blessings to you. I hope you're doing great. Yes, guys, don't allow the negative from the outside to penetrate your mind inside and take you down like them. You have to stay up. You have to uplift and encourage your own self. I know so many times we look to other people to support and love us and do things for us. But if somebody has never supported you, somebody has never encouraged you, somebody has always been down on you, always talked about you behind your back, why do you think it's going to change now? There's a saying by Maya Angelou, and it is, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. When somebody does something to you, when they hurt your feelings, when they're mean and they're nasty to you, don't just say, oh, maybe they're having a bad day. Don't try to rationalize their irrational behavior. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. They're showing you a reflection of who they are. That's who they are. And for the most part, most people don't make changes. They don't change. So that's why it's important to protect your space. Protect your space. Protect your peace of mind. Do you know how important you are? Do you know how special you are? When you realize that, you're going to make different choices. You're going to have a different walk in your life. You're going to act a different way. When you know who you belong to. Do you know that? Are you receiving it? When you know who you are, when you know who you belong to, all of that, taking that into your mind space, letting it go down and penetrate into your heart, is going to move you to the action of loving yourself, of making good choices, of protecting your peace of mind, of not thinking like the ordinary human being, but being uniquely made, being who God made you to be. You are wonderfully made. When you realize that and actualize your potential, your energy source is unlimited. Do you know that? Do you know that your energy source is unlimited? We are given all 24 hours in every day. Every day we are given new opportunities. Do you hear that? Every day you have a new beginning, a new opportunity. So whatever happened to you yesterday, today you have the opportunity to make a different choice, to have different thoughts, to surround yourself by people who think differently. When I say think differently, it is a whole different way of thinking. You have to be on an elevated thought process to understand this. If you always surround yourself by people who always think that their life will never change, my life will never improve, they are speaking that into their life. But are you speaking that into yours? If you continuously surround yourself by people who always think things will never change, no, things will not change because you are not making changes. People don't want to make changes. People don't want to believe in themselves. People don't want to do things that make them feel uncomfortable. But in order to uplift yourself, in order to encourage yourself, in order to walk in the path that God has for you, you have to step into the uncomfortable. You cannot stay uncomfortable, because comfortable is where no changes happen. When you allow yourself to be uncomfortable, to step out on faith, this is where you're going to see some changes. Because when you step outside the box, when you start believing in yourself, when you're walking in faith, now God says, okay, they are trusting me. Okay, they are loving me. Okay, they are doing what I have given to them. Good morning, Marlon. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing great. If you're only stepping into the ordinary, if you're only believing that I can only do this, but you're not actualizing your potential, do you know that you're wonderfully made? Do you know that? But are you receiving it in your spirit? Are you walking the way God wants you to? Are you making the changes? Are you doing what He is telling you that you know you should do? There's so many things that we know we should do, but we're not doing it. Do not let fear conquer you. We serve a mighty God. We serve a mighty God. And in that, He is going to help us as much as we help ourselves. He gives us the thinking power. He gives us the thinking power. But we have to believe in that. We have to walk in faith. We may not always be able to see exactly the path clearly, the way that we're supposed to go. But if you make one step, He will take two. But you have to step out on faith. You have to. If you don't, what changes can be made? What elevation is going to come into your life? In order to elevate your life, elevate your finances, you have to sometimes step outside the box and say, I'm going to take this leap of faith because this is what was given to me. I'm going to trust in the process. I'm going to walk and take some steps. I don't know the path. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just going to keep going. And I know that He will guide me. Do you have that type of faith? Do you have that type of love for your Father? Yes, definitely, Anita. And so many people are afraid. They're afraid. They have that fear because they cannot see the way. They cannot see the path. It does not matter. When you're given a gift, when you're given a talent, when there's something that you need to be doing, do not hold yourself hostage in the ordinary. Yes, this message is for somebody. Do not hold yourself in the ordinary when you have greatness waiting at your door. It's knocking. Are you going to open up the door? Everybody is not made for the same things. Some people have a great talent, but are you using it, or are you sitting on it? Are you sitting on your talent that you have been given? Yes, we want to not just be a person to think, but to act. Act like every day you should be acting like this is your last day on this earth. If it was your last day, who would you bless? Who would you forgive? You would do so much, wouldn't you? If you knew it was your last day on earth, you would forgive, you would love, you would step out on faith, you would try new things. You would. Every day you need to act in that way. Act like it's your last day. We don't want to live in regrets. We don't want to live in regrets. We want to live in today. You don't want to live in the past. We have to let go of the past. We have to forgive so that we can move forward and be stepping into our present and future blessings. If you can't let go of what happened to you before, how can you be able to receive more? You can't receive more when you have all these burdens, when you have all of this pain and anger from what somebody else did or from what you did. You have to let go of that and free yourself of it. Move forward. And in that, you cannot allow the negativity in your space. You can't allow negative from other people, but also negative from yourself. Yes, we sometimes are our worst enemies. We are the ones that can self-sabotage our own self. We can end things before we even start. Why do we do that? Why do we talk ourselves out of things? Yes, the Lord helps those who help themselves. We can't keep praying and asking for help. It's like something that I'm working on myself. I keep saying, help me to lose this weight, but yet I'm eating all this and doing all this. We can't say one thing with our mouth and not do. We have to be a person of action. We have to be accountable for ourselves. We have to make wise decisions. When we take one step forward, God will take the others. But we have to move forward. We have to let go. We have to have faith. We have to make good decisions. We have to surround ourselves by positive people. And you may ask yourself, how can I do that when the people around me are negative, when nobody supports me? Yes, it's going to be hard. Anything that you really want is not going to be easy. There is nothing in life that all the successful people who have made major developments in this world, it didn't just come about. I've never heard one person out there say it was easy for me to do. Anything that you really want, anything that is worth the time, anything that you really want to do, something that you can't stop thinking about, it keeps you up at night, that's your motivation. That's what should uplift you to keep going. We have to believe that and receive it. If it's not real to you, if you don't know your why, you're not going to keep going. Because just like everything in life, if you don't have a fire under what you're doing, that flame is going to go out. You have to be excited. What is your why? What is the reason why you get up every day? What is your motivation for your end goal? If you don't understand your why, the question next is why not? Then why would you do it? Then why keep going? Then why love yourself? Then why do everything in life? Everything comes back to that circle. You are what you believe. And what do you believe about yourself? What are you taking in? What are the outside influences? The external things, the things from social media, the things from family member and so-called friends, people in the workspace. What are you taking in and what are you blocking out? We have to block out anything that is not going to uplift and encourage our spirit. If it does not uplift, encourage, and upbuild you, block it out. Remove yourself. You have value. You have so much value. And a lot of times we don't realize and actualize our potential because we do not believe in ourselves enough. Yes, we may love ourselves. That's true. But how much? Do you love yourself enough to make hard decisions? Sometimes we have to make those hard decisions to remove ourselves from certain people. Just because you love somebody, it does not mean that they love you, because love is an action word. Someone cannot say they love you and out of the same words, the same actions, they're proving to you that they don't care about you. They're proving that they don't support you. They're proving that they're using you. That's not love. That's toxic. So we also, in that, we have to redefine. We have to open up our eyes and see honestly, how am I being treated? What am I taking in? How am I treating myself? Those are hard things to accept sometimes. It's easy to say, take a self-reflection, a self-evaluation, but it's another thing to put it into practice. Practice what you preach. What you think about is what you become. So that is why when you have people who are energy takers, people who are negative, people who are haters, that is the reason why it can bring you down, because you're allowing it to penetrate your mind. You're allowing it to get inside of you. You cannot let the negative from the outside come inside of you. And you're asking me, how can I do that? How can I not let the negative, when that's all I'm hearing, when that's all people talk about, when people don't support me? How can I be positive in the negative? There's some easy ways that you can be positive in the negative. Is that every day, the first thing that you should be doing right after, if you're a believer, right after you pray, you should be encouraging yourself and say, I'm here another day. And say, I love myself. Today I have a new opportunity. Today I'm going to live my best life. Today I'm going to actualize my potential and be positive. Why? Because I love myself. Why? Because I have worth. Why? Because I am valuable. Why? Because I am important. Why? Is because I claim victory. We have to remember that we claim victory over our life. We claim victory over ourselves. Whatever situation you are going through, it does not define who you are. You are not your past. You are not who you're surrounded by. You are who you think you are. You are what you believe about yourself. What do you believe about you? Who cares what other people say about you? That does not matter. Yes, it hurts when people say mean things to you. I'm not denying it doesn't hurt. It does hurt. But what are you taking in? Are you replacing that negative with the positive? Every time somebody says something that's a lie, and that's just what it is, when somebody says a lie to you, do you immediately rebuke it and replace it with a positive? If someone says you can't do something, so I rebuke that. I will do everything that is for me. I have wonderful things ahead of me. When someone says you can't, that should be your motivation to show you can. You don't have to allow what somebody else says to take you down. Don't go down their rabbit hole just because they're negative, just because they're having hard times. A lot of times people, misery loves company. So they want to make you feel miserable because they are. But you don't have to accept that. No. Receive what is for you. What is for you, and nobody can take it away. People will try. People will hurt your feelings. People will say lies. People will gossip about you. People will stab you behind your back. All of that is okay. You have to remember and receive what is for you, and nobody can take it away. You are love. Love begins and ends with you. But are you taking that into your mind? Take it into your mind. Let go and forgive. When somebody says something mean and hurtful to you, just say, I'll pray for you. But that's not me. What you say is a lie. And I rebuke it and I replace it with what I am. We serve a God that is mighty. He is able to recharge and rejuvenate our spirit. When we may feel down and discouraged at times, we may feel we don't know how we're going to go on, how we're going to pay our next bill. Or you may be sick and you're dealing with a health problem and you just don't feel good. Don't allow the negative to come into your mind and make you feel that you have any less importance. You do not have any less importance because maybe you're having a health problem. Maybe because your people are not supporting your dreams. What is your dream is your dream. Nobody has to support your dream. It's your dream. It was given to you. So you go ahead and receive it. Maybe later on, other people would get behind you and support you. But right now, go and do and be what you're supposed to. What is for you is for you. Receive it. Take it in and walk in it. Walk in and become what you're supposed to. Make wise choices. Love yourself. Rebuke the negative. Uplift and encourage yourself. Do not wait for others. Every day, take the opportunity to uplift you. I uplift me because I love me. That is the conversation that you should have with yourself. Even if not one person supports me, it does not matter. You have everything that you need to continue on. You have everything you need. We are given the power and the strength of might. And that's why the power of the mind is so important. It's so important to filter out the negative, to heal the wounds of your heart, to let go of resentment. All of that has no place if you want to progress in your life. To progress, you have to let go. To progress, you have to believe. You have to make uncomfortable choices. You have to make changes. You have to seek opportunities. There are opportunities out there for you, but are you grabbing hold of them? Are you walking in it? Are you mentoring the ones that can show you how you can be successful in becoming what you want to? Don't look to others that don't have anything to support you, to encourage you, to upbuild you. All a negative person can be is negative because that is who they are. A leopard can't change their spots. That is who they are. Some people are just negative. Don't try to change them. You are wasting your time. Time is valuable. Put your time and your energy into uplifting yourself and other people who are on your same wavelength. You can't change what other people do. You can't change the past. Stop putting your energy there. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. There are some things that it's just not meant for us to handle. You can't take up everyone as a project. Yes, we love people and we want the best for other people, but it is not your business to raise grown people. When people are grown, you have to allow people to make their own choices. You have to allow people to make their own choices. I'll say it again. You have to allow people to make their own choices. We may want good for our family. We may want our family to support us. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they hurt our feelings. Sometimes they don't support you the way that you want to. Sometimes they're mean and they're nasty for no reason. But don't stay in that. Move on past that. Move on past it. Move on past it. Why? Because you have something that you need to do. Are you working on what you need to? Your fulfillment is in that. Don't wrap up and tie yourself into who you're surrounded by and their negativity and they're trying to drain you. No. Feed your mind and encourage yourself. Focus on where you have come from. Where you have come from. Just looking back on that should encourage you. You have been through some difficult situations in your life. Maybe that would have broke so many people. It would have discouraged so many people, but no, you are here. And that's a reason to celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. You have come a long way. So many people have not seen the hurdles that you have overcome, the mountains that you have moved past into being who you are today. But today, in this moment, right now, celebrate your achievement. Celebrate what you have overcome. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate your love for yourself. Yes, I love me and I'm going to love me and I'm going to continuously love myself because I have value and I have meaning and there is something for me to do. There is something for you to do, but you have to walk in it. And it's so difficult to make changes in our lives, isn't it true? It's so much easier just to accept our life how it is. Accept bad behavior. It's easy to do that. But no, you're going to uplift yourself, uplift your mind. That's what the people of elevation, people of light, when you know who you are, when you know where you're going, when you know that you have the smarts to overcome, you can overcome anything. Haven't you overcome things in the past that you thought you didn't? You did. You overcome. And whatever you're dealing with right now, you shall overcome it as well. Believe that. And keep walking. Keep moving forward. Move forward. That's the most important thing. Do not stay in the negative. Move past it. Uplift and encourage your mind and your thoughts. We know that thoughts become actions. So if you want your actions to be that of elevation, you have to elevate your mind. Elevate your mind and you elevate yourself. Elevate your mind and you elevate yourself. In order to become elevated, you have to believe that. I believe in my elevation. I believe in my forward progress. I believe in who I'm going to be in the future. Can you see yourself? You have to visualize yourself in that. Every day I visualize myself in what God has for me. Do you see yourself there? Are you doing it? Are you making the choices that you need to make now, the hard choices? Because sometimes you have to leave people behind in order for you to move forward. I'll say that again. Sometimes you have to leave people behind in order for you to move forward. You can't take everybody with you where you're going. And that hurts sometimes because we love people, because we care about people, and we want better for them. But they have to want better for themselves. You can't raise an adult. They have to already be mature in mind, body, and spirit. And when you are there and you are on the path of elevation, loving yourself, moving forward, making the hard choices, you can't turn around and step back. You can't move back. Don't go in reverse. You have to put the gear in drive. You have to move forward. Go and move. Show by your actions what you want for your future. The choices that you make today is going to show who you will be in the future. If you can't make choices to love yourself, if you can't make the choice to let go, if you can't make a choice that I'm going to be obedient. Are you going to be obedient as to what you are supposed to do and be? Walk in obedience. Yes, to be obedient sometimes is very hard. You may have a fear. You have fear. Oh, I want this so bad, but I'm afraid. Yes, we doubt ourselves. Yes, that's human. It is human to doubt yourself and to have fear. But the most important thing is to move past that fear. Walk past your fear. That's what faith does. I'll say it again. That is what faith does. Faith allows you to be able to see the unseen. It helps us to visualize things before it actually happens, until you see the fruits of your labor. Is your faith that strong for your future? It should be. If not, encourage yourself. Ask for more faith. If you're feeling discouraged, ask for more faith. Say, I need more faith. Please give it to me, and it shall be given to you. But you have to ask for what you want. You have to believe in what you want. And then you have to become what you want. You can become what you want if you believe it and you move forward and you move past the negative Nancy's, the energy takers, the negative people, the haters. There's always going to be people out there to tell you that you can't do something. They will always tell you you can't. It cannot be done. Isn't that what you've heard? It cannot be done. Maybe you're even saying, but I don't have the money. Walk in faith. When you are faithful, you shall receive. But you have to believe. You have to believe. If you don't believe and make a step forward, what will there be to bless? There is nothing to bless if you do not walk in faith. Walk in faith, my brothers and sisters. Walk in faith. It's so easy to say you are a person of faith until you really need it, until it's time for you to step out, until you are fearful about a situation and you don't know how it's going to go. This is when you really need your faith. This is when you have to depend on it. Let God protect you and shield you. Make good choices. Make good choices. You can do it. But don't allow the negative from the outside to cause you to doubt who you are and what you are in your future tense. Just because another person doesn't see it, it doesn't mean or take away from what will take place. As long as you believe it, as long as it was given to you, go out and do it and actualize it. Actualize your potential. Actualize your potential. If you see it, believe it, put it into action. If you see it, believe it, and put it into action. Yes, that is so important. We have to believe before we can take that step. So take that step out on faith. Take that step out on faith, whatever it is, whatever fear, whatever thing that you want to do. It may seem like something, oh, I've never seen that done. Nobody has done it. Well, nobody has done it because it's waiting for you to do it. Have you ever thought about it that way? Something may be new. It may be something revolutionary. But it's waiting for you. So go out there and do it. And you're going to feel so good when you finally are walking into the space and you can look around and say, this is what I have been wanting. It was so difficult, but I'm here. Is it that clear to you? Is your vision that clear to what you want? Make your vision a reality by your actions, by believing in yourself, by removing all of that toxic energy and space, by forgiving yourself and others, by blocking out the hatred. Remove fear and doubt from your mind and just do it. Just step out on faith. Just step out there. Even if nobody supports your dream, you know that's what it is for you. You know it. And as long as you know something is for you, nothing else, nobody else says matters. And surround yourself by people who have already done it, people who are making things happen. If you surround yourself by people who are making things happen, people who are positive, people who are walking in their talents and their gifts, people who are positive and supporting, there's nothing that you can't do. But it's us. We ourselves, we talk ourselves out of situations. We talk ourselves out of situations. Hey, silly mommy. Good morning. Happy Friday. We talk ourselves out of situations so many times. Why? Because of fear. Why? Because we don't want to believe. Why? Because we think we can't make it happen. Those are all the reasons why. It's fear. Or excuses. We make excuses so many times. I don't have the money. Or I don't want to do that by myself. I want to do that with somebody else. If you're always waiting for someone to be there to support you in your dream and your goal, it may never happen. It may never happen. Don't wait for somebody else to come along for your dream. It's your dream. Make it happen. Make it happen. Don't wait for other people to support you. You may never get their support. That's just the harsh reality. That is the harsh reality. We want people to support us in our dream, and when they don't, it hurts us to our core. Why won't they support me? That's what you keep asking yourself. I want their support. Say, Lord, I want your support. I want their support, but they're not supporting me. Why? Why? Is because they're not the person that's supposed to take you where you're going. They're not the one that's supposed to take you where you're going. Where you're going, you may have to leave them behind. What is for you is for you. The right people will come. The right people will come, but you have to draw them by your actions. Take one step, and God will take two. Take one step, and God will take two. But you have to believe that. You have to believe that when you walk and you step out, you're afraid of falling. You're afraid of failure. Isn't that true? We are afraid of failure. We say, God, I don't want to fail. I don't want people to talk about me. Let them talk. At least you are trying. At least you are trying. For some people, they never try. They never try on a goal or a hope or a dream. At least you can say you tried, and you're going to keep trying until what is meant for you happens. Do you hear that? Keep trying until it happens. Don't give up. Don't allow discouragement to come in. Yes, I know it's hard. There's so many times we want to give up. We want to give up and give in to the pain, to the pressure, to the loneliness. Sometimes we can feel so lonely in our dream. Come on, somebody with me. We feel lonely in our dream. We're the only one that has our dream, and nobody understands. They'll say, what are you talking about? That's crazy talk. But it's what you want. It's what you want. And it doesn't matter who believes that. Do you believe it? All that matters is that you believe it. It's what God has given to you. It's what God has given to you. Nobody has to believe what is given to you. What is given to you is given to you, not given to them. Forget them. Forget them. We keep trying to write our hopes and our dreams on other people. If you're waiting for that, your dreams will never come true. Your dreams will never come true if you're always waiting for someone to support you. If it has not happened, why are you waiting for them? They are not it. Open your eyes. They are not it. Share your hopes and dreams with people who support you, people who love you, people who encourage you, people who uplift you, people who are doing things in your life. Look at people who are doing things. Look at people who are doing things, moving and shaking. That's the people you attach yourself to. Don't attach yourself to people who aren't doing anything, people who are negative, people who have never made any changes, people who all they do is gossip about other people. That's not who you are, but it's who you will become if you keep feeding into their negative energy source. You are what you feed your mind. You are what you feed your mind. What are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding your mind upliftment? Every day you should be uplifting your mind. and say, I have the potential within me. There is nothing I can't do. My potential is unlimited. Come there with me, somebody. My potential is unlimited. There's nothing that I can do. I attract the positive. I am positive. I can do anything that I want. What is for me, nobody can take away. Stop allowing other people to get into your mind and make you think any different. There's nothing true about the statement that you can't do things. People will always say what they don't want to do. The things that maybe you're willing to do, they will not do. The changes that you're willing to make, they will not do. No, they're not going to do it. So they say that you can't do it. No, say what it is. You are not going to do it, but I am. But I am. Walk in that and receive it with me. I am going to walk in what is for me. What is for me and nobody can take away. Because it's what God has given to me. It's my hope and my dream. Walk out. Step out on faith. And become what you believe. What if you actually believed in your dreams? What could you be? What kind of potential is there for you in that when you receive and actualize your blessings? And that's just what it is. They are blessings if you are looking at that way. Sometimes you're going through a hard situation and you don't understand what is happening, but you are being shaped. There are lessons in it. You have to look at your lessons as blessings. Every lesson is a blessing. Everything that you have been through is a blessing. Because there's something that you learned from it. There's some fruitages that you reaped from it. Who did you become? Did you become more courageous? Are you stronger? Did you receive love in that? Did you learn how to love yourself? Did you learn the way that you were going to treat yourself? That's a blessing. Receive it as a blessing. Don't look at things in a negative light. So many people look at things in the negative light. It's all about how we choose to receive the message. There's so many messages that happen to us every day. It's dependent on us how we're going to receive it. Yes, when unkind things come to us, our first thing is to snap off. That's the reaction. Snap off, snap back at them. No, that's not who we are. Don't allow yourself to sink down to other people's level. Don't sink down on their level. You are elevated. You're a person of light. You're a person who loves themselves. You're a person of potential and value. You have potential and value inside of you, but it's up to you to tap into it. Hey, Hope Bus, welcome. Happy Friday. Yes, it's up to us to tap into it. If you don't tap into your potential, who is going to? You have to believe in your love for you. If you don't, who is going to? If you don't love yourself, who is going to love you? Nobody. Nobody can love you until you make the decision to love yourself. And how do you do that? By your actions, by the way you speak about yourself. Make sure the conversation that you have with yourself in your mind, tell yourself every day, I am love. I am loved. I have potential. I am smart. I am willing. I am able. I am strong. I am courageous. There's nothing that I can do. My potential is unlimited. Your potential is unlimited. But you have to receive that in your spirit, and you have to take it in and believe it so that you can show by your actions. Now you can step out on faith. Now you can step out on faith because now you know who you are. Now you know who you belong to. And now your actions can show up in this world. Now your light can radiate to other people. Even if other people aren't on that same wavelength, it does not stop where you're going and what you're doing. Just because other people don't believe in your dreams, it should not stop your progress. It should not stop how fast you're moving towards your goals and who you want to be in the future. Nothing should be able to stop you. The only thing that can stop you is you. We stop our own selves by the messages that we receive from other people. We receive negative messages and we believe them. What do you believe about yourself? That's highly important. What you believe about yourself is important. I love me. And when you love yourself, everything that is outside of that, you block it off. You cast it aside. You throw it away. You block everything that causes you to not walk in that. Remember, you were loved before you believed it. Before you were in the womb of your mother, you were loved. Before you were formed in your mother's belly, you were loved. Receive that with me. I was loved before I was formed. God loved us before we were formed. And they said, I'm going to love this son or daughter of mine. They have the potential to do something, but will they receive it? It's up to you to receive it. Just like everything, God gives us the choice of free will, whether we want to make decisions, whether we want to serve him, whatever we want to do. He doesn't force us to love him. And that's the same thing and way we have to treat other people. You can't force other people to love you, but focus on the people that do. Don't put so much of your energy into who is not loving you. No, put your energy into the ones that do. Who loves you? Focus on them. Appreciate them. Encourage them. Support them. Upbuild. Uplift. Yes. That's where you can go to your higher elevation, when you are surrounding yourself by people who are on the same wavelength as you, and they're uplifting and encouraging you. Uplift and encourage yourself. Uplift and encourage others. Sometimes we may want other people to give us that love and support, and we're wondering why we're not getting the support that we want. But are you giving love? Are you upbuilding others? Are you putting out there what you want to receive? If you want to receive love, are you giving love? Are you forgiving? Are you kind? Are you patient? Are you understanding? Yes, a lot of times we make judgments of other people. Isn't it true? We judge other people based on what we think that they should be doing, how their life should be, the decisions that they make. We always judge other people. But it does not feel good when other people judge us. Ooh, that cuts like a knife. It cuts like a knife when people don't support us in our dreams, and we can see those dreams. We can see them. We can see and visualize ourselves walking in them, and they don't believe in it, and it hurts. But don't worry about them. The ones that support your goals and your dreams, they will come. If they're not there already, they will come. When you step out on faith, God will give us everything that we need. Anything that you need, if your fear is, but I don't have the money, God, He'll give you that. But I don't have the right people, God. But have you prayed for it? Have you looked for it? Have you surrounded yourself? Have you asked questions? Things can't happen for us. We have to ask the right questions and be around the right people in order for our dreams to come true. Ask the questions. But we have that fear of rejection, right? We have that fear of rejection. I don't want to sound stupid and what will they think about me, and the fears. Oh, I don't know. It's not a very good time, and we're doubting ourselves and doubting our abilities. No. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt who you are. Remember, you're worthy. You are worthy. And anytime fear tries to attack you, this is what you say to fear. I serve a mighty God. I am able. I am worthy. And I'm going to do this. And guess what? That fear gets dismissed until another time. At another convenient time, that fear will show up again. But you just keep saying to that fear, I believe in myself and I claim victory. How do you deal with what you want to do, but it might not be what you thought it is going to be? You know, the road less traveled. Well, all I can say, silly mommy, is that when something is for you, and you know when something is for you, is when you can't stop thinking about it. If that's the only thing on your thoughts, is always on your heart, you can actually see yourself doing and being that, then that's for you. So what you're going to have to do is make a choice. You're going to have to make a choice to encourage yourself, to believe in that dream, to love yourself enough to know that you deserve it. A lot of times we have the fear because we don't believe that we deserve it, but we do. You do deserve it. But you have to walk in that and believe it. And by your choices, now you're showing, I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to have a plan. And I'm going to make this step. I'm going to do my research. So it's not just that you just step out and you just make weird choices. No. You research. You become accountable. You surround yourself with people maybe who are doing it and who are what you want to do. So, because we serve a God that is wise. We're not just going to step out there and just do something. You have to research. Then when you have all of that together, maybe you've looked at it, you traveled there, you see how it is, you like it. Now you can say, now I'm ready after I've made the decisions, but you got to step out on faith. When you step out on faith, God will reveal himself. Good morning, Karen. Good morning. Happy Friday. Yes, Marlon, it cuts like a knife when someone doesn't support you. Oh, and you're looking for that support and you don't receive it. and you all are always asking, why don't they support me? Why don't they support me? Why do they keep hurting me? Why are they so mean to me? Why are they being so difficult? Why are they making it hard? But you can't stay there. You can't keep beating up yourself and worrying about the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and how come. No, don't stay there. Do not stay there. Because if you stay in the negative, that's what you're going to become. But no, we're positive people. We're encouragers. We're motivators. We're movers and shakers. We're people who make things happen because we make good decisions, because we're wise. We research. We find out things. We don't just step into things without knowledge. So when you gain the knowledge, when you've learned about things, when you've planned, when you have your money situation properly, you say, okay, now I'm ready to move forward. Move forward. That's the most important thing. It's not about how fast you get to your destination, but the point is that you get to your destination successfully. That's all that matters. You get to your destination. Yes, that was a big one for me. It was such a big one. Before, I used to always tell everybody, not just everybody, even people when I was on my job, about the things that I'm doing right now, the things that I'm working on, and people would laugh at me. I've been laughed at so many times because I have a soft-spoken voice. People say, who is going to listen to you? Who can you motivate? And they'd snicker at me, and they'd make fun of me, and they'd talk about me behind my back, and they would hurt my feelings to make me doubt myself. I already had the fear. Now I was doubting it. Well, they don't think I'll be good at it. Just because other people don't believe in your dream, it doesn't stop the dream from becoming a reality. It's your dream. That's what we have to remember. It's our dream. It's not theirs. So what is for you is for you. And yes, so you have to move in silence, and you have to choose who you are going to choose to share your hopes and your dreams with. Everybody is not there to encourage you. Some people are just there just to be nosy. They just want to know your business. They don't care about you. They want to say, oh, that's what they're going to do, and go and tell the next person, and who do they think they are, and they're not smart enough, and it won't work. We hear all of those things. And those things can affect us. It can hurt our feelings, but that's why you have to move in silence. And when you're ready to pull the trigger, now when it's go time, now it's time. You're about to step out on faith. You just do it. You don't need anybody else to be there to support your goals and your dreams. It's nice when people do. It's nice when people support you. It's nice when people love you. It's nice when people show you kindness and loyalty. Yes, that's nice, but it's not necessary. We as human beings think it's necessary to always be supported. It's not necessary. You don't need other people to support you. The only ones that matter is the ones that love you. If they don't love you, they don't matter. I'll say it again. If they don't love you, they don't matter. The only ones that matter are the ones that believe in you, the ones that love you, the ones that support you, the ones that are loving, the ones that will say a positive word, that will speak love and light over your life. Those are the ones you need to be there to support you. Stop waiting for people to support you that don't care about you. They don't care. Actually, some of them hate you. There are people, they will disguise themselves like wolves in sheep's clothing and pretend to be your friend, pretend like they care about you because they're a family member, pretend to care about you just to find out your business, just to stab you in the back, just to get close to you, just to get some things that you want. Yes, that's just exactly what people will do. That's exactly what people will do. They will say something to you just to get a reaction. People, we're energy sources. And if somebody comes to you at a negative and you come back at them at a negative, it's just going to keep going negative, negative, negative. No. Don't allow their negativity to enter your mind and your heart. Dismiss them. And most of the time, it's not true. When people say mean and negative things, it's not true. So don't take it into your spirit. Don't allow it to get you down and discouraged. Don't allow their fears to project onto you. And that's just what it is. Sometimes others' fears of you maybe stepping outside of the box and trying something new, it makes them feel bad because they wish they could do it. You're being bold, you're being courageous, you're being strong, and they don't know how to do that. So they just simply tell you that you can't do something. Well, guess what? They don't have that right. And another thing, don't believe it because it's not true. What is meant for you, nobody can hinder it. Nobody can stop your blessings but you. Do you hear that? Nobody can stop your blessings but you. You have to make the choice that this is my goal, this is my hope, this is my dream, and I'm not only going to do it, I'm going to be successful. You are going to be successful, but you have to speak that victory over your life. I am victorious. That's one of my favorite sayings from my channel. It's one of my t-shirts that I have on my Teesprings. One is worthy. Another one is courageous. And another one is victorious. And we are all of those things. We are all of those things, but we have to claim it and walk in it. I claim the victory. I claim courage. I claim strength. Whatever it is that you don't have, whatever it is that you need, ask for it and you shall receive it. Hey, Mixology. How are you? Welcome. Yes, they show it. Yes, they show it. Definitely. I've been told things here from people I was doing was not going to work, but I stepped out on faith and did it anyway, and it's working. Thank God. Listen, Anita, if we listen to the things that people said about us, that's not true. You know how many times people told me I can never be a motivational speaker? How many times people said, I even had a teacher, I'll never forget it, and it stayed with me for a long time. I had a teacher who said that I was retarded. I was mentally handicapped because I didn't want to talk. If I believed that, but my mother never believed that. My mother said, nothing is wrong with you. You just don't have anything you want to say yet. And when I was ready, I did start speaking. I don't think I really started talking until around 6 years old. But my mother, see, that's why it's important to have people, even if you're not there in your life, even if you're not where you want to be, but have people who believe in you. I was blessed to have a mother to believe in me before I believed in myself. You have to surround yourself with people who believe in your goals, your hopes, and your dreams, just like you do, even so many more. Surround yourself with people who are dreamers, people who are achievers. Yes, Tracy, so many people, they misjudge people all the time. Nobody has the right to know who you are. You don't know what somebody can become. And people will tell you that you can't do something, that it can't be done, that it has not been done, that you're not right, that you're not smart enough, that you're not able. But you are worthy and able and courageous and strong. If the message was given to you, if the talent and the gift is given to you, and that's what I'm saying, given to you, not given to other people. We can't listen to the messages from other people. We can't listen to the messages from other people because it's not our message, it's how they're choosing to receive the message. Be careful what you let enter your mind space. Be careful what you allow to enter into your mind space because it goes to your heart, and that is your seat of motivation. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. You are loved. Every day, speak that over your life. Say, I am loved. I am worthy. I am able. I am courageous. I am victorious. I claim that over my life today. I'm going to be as joyous as I can. Going to look at every situation in the positive. That's how you get forward progress in your life. It does not matter what you're dealing with, but it matters your reaction to it. Yes, there are hard times that are happening to so many people right now. So many people are going through a hard time. But it's your reaction. How do you choose to react to it? With your new life now, do you ever feel down and out? Because I know your past, you've been through it. Yes, I can't lie, silly mommy. I have had many times with all the things that's happened to me in my life and things that are going on with me right now. Yes, I cry, I get mad, I get discouraged, but I don't stay there. Anytime I feel that way, I find one of my accountability partners and I tell them and I vent and I get mad. And sometimes I throw things. But it's important to release that pain, release that hurt so you can move on. But you have to release and move on. If you don't, you'll be carrying around that pain. And it's not good for your health. It's not good for you being able to sleep. It's not good for your family. You're not a nice person when you're carrying around that pain and your hurt. Sometimes you may just need to cry. It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to get mad, but you don't stay there. You have to heal your heart and your mind and then move on and then talk to yourself and tell yourself, I have to move on because I have better things to come. And that's how you keep going. Yeah. Yes, I have many accountability partners. I have accountability partner for my finances. I have one for my business. I have one that's like a therapist. I have an accountability partner that's also helping me with my home, get my home situation properly. So you can have a accountability partner for so many things. Don't think it has to just be for one thing. You can have an accountability partner that's just for your spirituality. So don't hold yourself back. There is help out there. There is help out there, but you have to look for it and mentor people and be a good friend, and be a good friend to yourself. So many times we are looking for other people to be our friend, but are you a good friend to yourself? Love yourself and check in on yourself and be honest. Am I doing good? Am I taking care of myself? Am I loving myself the way that I should? And if not, then make the changes. Yeah, you have to release it, Tracy. You have to. And if you don't, it will make you sick. It will make you sick in so many ways. I know for me personally, all of the pain, all the grief that I went through, if I didn't release it, it was making me sick physically. I was starting to get physical ailments because I was holding on to all the grief until I felt like I was going to explode. So sometimes everybody's different. Some people are not people to cry. Some people just need someone to talk to. Some people just need to release that energy by maybe going to the gym or running or something. Or some people is meditating. Some people is deep breathing and Pilates. But you have to find your way of coping with whatever pain and struggle you're dealing with. That's what holds us back in this life. We aren't releasing all our pain. So it's like a balloon. You just have more things keep happening. More things keep happening to you. And it's like a snowball. You know, it just keeps snowballing until it's out of control. So don't wait until it's out of control. Handle things when they come up and deal with it. And I also will tell you that you have to talk to your inner child. This is something that Boss Life Online, because she's one of my dear friends here on YouTube, and something that she taught me. We have to talk to our inner child and tell our inner child things that's happened to us from the past. We have to console that inner child and tell that inner child, anytime when something bubbles up to the surface, tell that inner child, it's okay. You went through that. You went through that and it's okay. I'm here for you. The older me, the adult me is taking care of the inner child. So you don't have to be afraid anymore. You don't have to be fearful. Don't fear what happened to you in the past. Put a cap on it. Say, this is what happened to me. You know, you acknowledge it. You talk about it. And you do what you can to heal your heart. You have to handle it. Don't think you can push and sweep things under a rug and hide things and bottle things up, because you will explode. And most of the time, the ones that get that explosion is the people who love us. So don't take out your anger, your pain on other people who actually love you. You gotta handle that yourself. And you can talk to yourself. You can get through it. You can get through it. Yeah, I say that all the time. Sometimes you just are not okay. And that's part of recharging your batteries and being sensitive to your own spirit. Sometimes you need a mental health day where you just have to just nothing. Sometimes it's just nothing. Sometimes you have to give your body what it wants. Sometimes your body just needs to sleep. Sometimes you need to be out. Sometimes you need a vacation. Sometimes you just need to start eating properly. Sometimes you just need some exercise. Sometimes you may need to see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. For years, I wanted to see a therapist, but it's just something that just does not happen, you know? in the community that I live in the Caribbean community, like, you're not crazy by wanting to seek help. Seeking help shows that you love yourself. It shows that you value yourself, that you want to heal your heart and your mind. So do what it takes, because you deserve to heal from it. You don't have to carry those burdens. You can let go. Yes, Anita, it really can. It can hurt you so badly, but it's when you allow it. If you allow it, but you have to make a choice in how you handle it. There's always a way that you can deal with pain. You can have angry outbursts. You can strike out at other people, or you can talk to someone you trust. You can meditate. You can pray. You can go for a walk. You can go for a jog. You can go be out in nature. Take some deep breaths. Write in a journal. There's lots of things that we can do to effectively cope with our situation. There's healthy ways and there's toxic ways. We don't want to do the toxic things that people used to do back in the day. Lash out, hurt people, say cruel things to other people that have nothing to do with what you're going through. You have to be accountable for your own self and yes, guys. I don't know. I had a technical difficulty for a second, but I'm back. You guys let me know if you can hear me. I think I'm back. Yes, grief can bring you down if you let it. So we have to be very careful, especially with grief. Everybody deals with grief in a different way. Some people don't want to talk. Some people want to talk a lot. Some people just want to cry. Some people want to write about it. Some people just want to be by themselves. Some people need people with them. But you have to find a way to deal with that grief, because it will eat you up inside. Don't think it's something that you can just keep to yourself. We all need support. Everybody needs support. Yes. Yeah, sometimes you have to, Tracy. Sometimes you just have to get away for a few hours and just be. You have to sometimes just sit and just be in your own thoughts and just think about yourself. And sometimes I find that to be very difficult. And it's not something selfish. I think it was probably maybe the way I was raised, maybe some people's the way you were raised as well. It doesn't mean you're selfish because you want time by yourself. You have to recharge your own batteries, and you have to know when enough is enough, when you need that time by yourself. And I'm so glad that you did that, Tracy. Take some time for you. Yes, you have to confront it. And my whole life changed. I can't tell you how life-changing it was for me, guys, when I took the time to confront, I would say the inner child. I had to tell younger Marlene that adult Marlene was here and that she didn't have to worry anymore. Everything that happened to you in your past, now I'm here. You don't have to fear anymore. It's okay. We've dealt with that. We've gone through that. And yes, that's what happened to us, but it's not who we are right now. And that completely changed my life because now I'm no longer carrying those burdens around because I've healed from it. And it's not it's not a weight on me anymore. So it's just a suggestion to talk to your inner child. If you have not done it before, write a letter to your inner child and tell them, say the adult you is here and it's going to take care of you and love you and everything's all right. I know that this happened to you, but everything is okay now. Yes, it can if you let it, Anita. Everything can suck the energy out of you. It can hurt your feelings. It can make you feel down. But that's why it's important to recharge your batteries and do some things that you need. Unplug, as I would say. Unplug, turn off your phone. Go outside or maybe sometimes, or get some sleep or do something that you need to do, or take a day and just go out and do something. But it's important to recharge yourself. Yes, silly mommy, it definitely is looked down on to get therapy. But I didn't look at that. I looked at who I could become if I could heal my heart. Because I said, I don't want to be a miserable old lady. This is my thoughts. I didn't want to be that old lady who's miserable because I never dealt with the skeletons in my closet. I want to be at peace when I get older. And that's just what I did. 40 miles. Talk to God about what you're going through and let him help you through it by prayers and communication with him. That's right. It's so important. I don't know why, but sometimes you may feel like, oh, I don't want to pray about it. But there's no time that you can't pray. And you don't have to physically close your eyes to pray. We can pray in our heart too. Because trust me, God can read our hearts. He can. Oh, good. What I don't like is when people think you should get over it on their time, but you do have to still live. Right. I felt that way for a long time, silly mommy. And the chat, for a long time, like I was really messed up when my dad passed away from cancer. It really jacked me up for a long time. You know, he was and he is my best friend. He's always going to be my best friend. And it was like, your whole life has changed. How do people expect you to just act like nothing happened? But what it is that if people aren't in your situation, they're not going through what you're going through, they don't understand. They don't know how your life was. And basically, they don't care. So I learned, you have to learn who to tell what you're going through, who you can talk to, and appreciate those people. I would love to see more people showing appreciation. Show appreciation for people who are there for you. Show appreciation for people who support you and are kind to you. What if there was more of that? Be nice. Be appreciative. Be loving. What about that? If more people could be loving to other people and more supportive, it would just be not so much nicer. But some people just don't know how to do that because they're negative, you know? So don't worry about them. You have to do what is best for you. And only you can know that, silly mommy. Yes, everyone deals with grief in their own way. And I feel like I think I'm doing okay sometimes, but then I may have like 4 or 5 days in a row where I feel like I'm right back where I started from, because for me, my grief comes in waves. I'll be fine sometimes 7, 8 months, and then I'll have a really bad 2 or 3 days, and then I'll be fine again for 2 months. So don't think by your feelings stirring up from grief, it means you're weak or you haven't coped with it. It just means that you're human and you miss them, and always give yourself room for that. Like I always acknowledge it and say, yes, I miss Dad today. Acknowledge it. It's okay. Acknowledge it. And then you can smile and say, I really love them. And it's okay. And it's okay because I learned this from them. And that's what can uplift you through it. You will always learn something from a situation. And let that encourage you. Let it encourage you and not discourage you. Yes, self-care is so necessary, Tracy. I wish more people would do that. I wish more people would take care of themselves. It makes you feel so good about yourself. Honestly, when you look good, you feel good. So just something small can make you feel good. It doesn't have to be a big and spending a lot of money, but just something simple, like maybe putting on your favorite lotion on your face, or maybe if you want to soak your feet, something that will make you feel good. You don't have to spend a lot of money to feel good. It's the simple things in life that can mean so much for you. Yep. Everybody grieves differently and everybody heals differently. So don't listen to what other people say you should do. Do what works for you. Yeah, they don't care until they're going through things. And aren't there so many people out there like that, Marlon and Chap? So many people out there, they don't care about you. They're not there to support you. But anytime something is going on with them, they expect all your support. A relationship is a two-way street. Every relationship is supposed to be two-sided. Yep. Every relationship is two-sided. And if you're not receiving back, you may need to rethink that, because that's not a good and healthy relationship. A healthy relationship supports, encourages, and loves. Yeah. I always say it does not matter how long people are gone. When you love somebody, you love them. And like one of my friends, what she told me, it completely changed my way of looking at the grief. Just because a person passes away, it doesn't mean their love stops. Love is continuous. What it is what it is. What it has been will always be. Love is a living thing. And even if a person is not alive and with you physically, they're always with you emotionally. They're always there. Their love does not go away. Love never ends. That's how I cope. Every time, like, I'll think about my mom, my dad, my brother, my auntie, my cousin, even my daughter that miscarried. I just think about them. And when you speak about them over your life, then it helps you to cope. You have to acknowledge them and say, yeah, I miss you today. And it's okay. And I always say to that, I always say, I miss you and I love you, but I'm okay. But I'm strong. But thank you for coming so I could live, so I could learn something. That's how I look at it. And that helps me to cope. Yep. Don't go against it. It was something I'm learning. Yeah. Everything is a learning lesson. Yep. It is a wave. You could be fine. And the next thing, whoo, you're right in it. Yes. I do think, honestly, after a while, because it's been October coming will be 5 years. My dad has passed away. And it's 4 years since my mom, 4 years and a few months since my mom passed away. And it, like, in the beginning, I think the first 3 years, all I did was cry. I cried and cried continuously. And then now I'm getting to the point where I think about them and I don't cry. Like, I get choked up, like I'm getting choked up now. But it's like, I really love them and I really miss them. But I'm okay. Now I'm starting to get into the point where I'm thinking about what I promised them. And like, now how I cope with it. Now I'm showing them that I'm doing what I promised, that I'm keeping my word. And they will be proud of that. Walk in, keep your promises to them. Things that you promised that you were going to do, have you done it? Yes. Yeah, you have to, Anita. Yes, guys, I've truly encouraged myself, and I hope it encouraged you as well. It's kind of healing to my heart to talk about everything. And that's just what I do on these Fridays. I share what is on my heart. And today, this is what was on my heart, speaking about energy takers, negative people, haters, and it turned into talking about grief. So every single Friday, I will be doing this. Next Friday, it's going to be the same time. Look for me around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll chat with what's ever going on my heart. Yes, Anita, our relationship should be equally both sides. Yep. It's forever. And yes, Tracy, I think that's what helped me to cope better, is that they wouldn't want us to be miserable. Yes, they know we miss them, but they want us to be happy. So we have to move on. And I know it's hard. It's not something that I'm just saying to you. It's something that I live every single day. I live it, and you can deal with it. You can. Just surround yourself with people who encourage you and support you. And I'm always here. If you guys need some encouragement, you guys can always reach out to me in email at bestlifecrew@mail.com. It's in my description box or in my about section. And I'm here to support you guys if you guys are feeling discouraged about anything. So uplift, upbuild, encourage yourself, love yourself because you're deserving of it, because you're worthy. Walk in that every single day. Every single day. Love yourself every day. And like I say, every single live stream, video, just know it, just breathe it, and be it. That's just what I want for you. Be whatever you need to be happy. And I will see you guys on Sunday. Sunday for the Sunday talk show. I am not sure of the topic yet, but tune in at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be the Sunday talk this week, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you guys there. I've enjoyed this Friday talks, and uplift, upbuild, encourage yourself because you're worthy and deserving of it all. And I will see you guys on Sunday for the Sunday talk show. Today also I have a video on one of my channels. Either it's Marlene TV or She Reviews, but I have a 7:30 premiere on one of my channels. So encourage, uplift, and upbuild, and I will see you guys on the show, Sunday talk show, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love, guys. Bye-bye.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself.